Hello and welcome back to SwiftHouse7 Gaming. I'm SwiftHouse7. We're back in City Skylines tonight on New Year's Eve, though if you're watching on YouTube, this is going to come up later this week. Earlier in our last episode, we ran into some cash problems, specifically after we built the hospital. So we've gone ahead and shut down our recycling center. We've shut down our small clinic, and we're directing all of our patients to the hospital, and it seems to be working out just fine. It looks like we're using the ambulances of the hospital now to pick up these patients over here. And so in our last episode, if you'll remember, was it the episode that we did the interchange? I'm still fascinated by that. We just lost a lot of money, I think, didn't we? We're going to continue on in this episode, primarily trying to regain our money back, build up some capital, and maybe build a university. So we've been struggling trying to fulfill the demand that some of these businesses have for customers. And it looks like we have a business that just went out of business. The building is abandoned. That is unfortunate. We've seen a lot of abandoned buildings since we've raised our rent up in recent time, or our taxes rather, up in recent time. We do have a high demand for more residential neighborhoods. And we're going to go ahead and try to fulfill that demand the best that we can. The best that we know of, anyway. And I'm trying to think how we want to go about doing this. I think we need to connect this highway up Tulip Street with Applegate Street. And this needs to be renamed, doesn't it? Because this is the fish district, and every road is supposed to be named after a fish. Being that this is a main artery, why don't we call this Dam Street? Because it lets all the traffic through, kind of like a dam of a waterfall or something like that. What else do we have going on with this street? We don't want this street to become a artery to go from this side to this side. There's too many intersections for that. We just want to keep this local. And so what I'm thinking about doing is building some homes right along this area in order to close off this neighborhood. And I think that's exactly what we are going to do, just like that. And then we're going to build either medium density along this side. I'm trying to think how this is going to play out. Right here would be a good section for some parks. So let's look at our parks that we have. We don't have any really servicing over here. Looks like we got something right here. That was in the green, anyway. We got parks on this side of the neighborhood. But we don't really have any down here. So what we're going to do is go ahead and not build anything because we don't have money. We are slowly getting money. Let's speed this up a little bit, and we'll try to gain our revenue. Once we get back over $500,000, I think we'll go ahead and maybe drop our residential taxes just a notch. We have need for commercial, we have need for industrial. So, let's go ahead and do some industry right here. And that takes care of that need. Let's go ahead and look at commercial and where we need this the most at. near the school is definitely a high spot for commercial. So we could potentially put in a building right here. Looks like some demand has spread down this direction. So we'll put in a couple little buildings right along here and see what pops up. And that takes care of that demand. We need some medium density buildings. So we have filled out this medium density strip over here quite nicely. We still have some room down on Tulip Street for medium density. Parking is definitely going to be an issue. We already got cars parked up in this block of Tulip Street. So I think we're going to hold off on putting medium density over there. But what I'm going to do, just to change this up, I'm going to switch to the European style of medium density. I have no clue what this is going to look like, but we're going to do medium density in these blocks here in the European themed style. So let's see how that looks. We're going to reserve this for maybe a parking lot if needed, or the other option is some parks eventually. We can do this too. So now that we've done it, I am going to switch this back to American just so I can remember. We're going to take a look at the difference between these properties. I'm very, very curious about this. Looks like some short units there. I love that they have addresses in this game. That is so cool. So we're going to look at the European style. That looks pretty cool. Right? Let's go look at the American style. Oh yeah, I like the European style. The American style is more blocky. I mean, these ones aren't so much, but big building. Matter of fact, you know, multiple households inside of them, which makes sense for medium density. Over here, I mean, you still have multiple households, but I just like the look of them better. We might use some more of those. That really looks good. So we still have some demand for commercial. We have a field. Let's see. In our last episode, we were taking care of farming over here, so we can actually build some residences down in this area. I think we're going to try and do that. So let's just slow down things just a little bit while we do this. We want to build a neighborhood, and I'm really thinking we're going to stick with a small road.
You're listening to
We're going to utilize this intersection here,
classical listening at
so we're not adding any additional intersections.
A housing shortage is driving up prices in the area.
That's right, Glenda. But apparently that's not all good news. We're joined today by an expert guest, Professor Nutbutter.
Welcome, Professor. So a housing shortage is bad for the people trying to move here, right?
Humans are programmed to desire certain representations within ideological reward structures, which are entirely apart from the actual rewards enjoyed. For example, consider capital.
One final question, Professor. Is the housing shortage going to make me richer?
By certain metrics, perhaps yes, in the short term.
I like the sound of that.
But what we are discussing is the
We're looking
study
at-
of a statistical abstraction and
Let's
its
see
effect
here.
on the human
Thank you, Professor.
It is a question of priorities.
The leader of the City Services Division is with us in the studio today to talk about why they're contracting with outside agencies
Adding some
to
homes
provide
down in this
vital
area.
services for our residents. Isn't that going to be costly, Mr. Councilman?
This is not
quite
our
frankly,
typical
yes. It is
development
an
that
additional
we've been
expense,
building
but the residents
recently.
have come to expect a certain level of services, and we simply do not have the capacity to provide them within the city.
Sounds like we're the ones who will end up paying for it. Should we be worried?
I expect the residents would be more distressed if key services became unavailable. Their quality of life is very important to them.
But so is their money. We'll be back after this.
I want this to be a little bit different. I'm going for different size lots for houses. They don't all have to be the same size. We're trying to vary them a little bit. Let's see, I want this to connect down into here, and then just go a smidgen further. We're gonna go ahead and loop this just like that. Down here, we're just gonna put a little roundabout. That's gonna be the end of that lane. And this is going to be at the end of this development. We're going to try to go ahead and put some parks in right away. We got some money, and they do cost a little bit here. So we kind of have to be careful with everything. This is kind of going to be like an HOA. This is going to be our first HOA, if you will. Where do we want to put our park at? We're going to put one right down here. And we're also going to put a small playground in. Maybe right here. This is going to be a gated community. So before we go ahead and start moving people in, I want to go ahead and assess that. Hoping to get some nice houses in this area. That's why we are zoning first. So this is what the city has approved for their Gate Manor Field HOA. How's that for a district name? There is going to be speed bumps. We really frown about parking on the street. We want recycling, no trucks, gated community. I mean, we are going to really frown on parking on the street here. So, we need some street names. And we're just going to call this Field Drive, because it's next to the field. We're going to call this Center Street. And Dam Street is still down here. And that is just fine. So now we can go ahead and try, hopefully, to get some nice houses in this area. I don't know if we'll be successful at this. See, build bigger homes. I want to see those big homes being built. I don't want little tiny homes in this area. I so don't want little tiny homes. I'm not zoning every single area that could be zoned. Okay, let's see what we get out of this. We're getting, oh, are we in the wrong, we're in the wrong one. Before these get built, that's half our problem right there. Let's go ahead and rezone everything again. We were putting down medium density when in reality we needed low density. That could have been a big mistake. No wonder no one was moving in. No wonder they were just building narrow houses. Okay. Looks like we did this side already. Okay, let's see what we got now. Now people are moving in. Yeah, there we go. I don't like this center street here. I don't like that at all. But we do have some bigger properties, which is what we're looking for. So we're gonna let this run out. Hopefully, you know, I was not wanting these narrow properties. They are probably gonna look something like this. I'm really wanting these big properties, something like, you know, this and bigger. I mean, that's not even very big. This one's gonna be a nice big property back on here. Yeah, okay, so we got that going. That took down some of our demand. We're up to $9,000. We spent some money on parks, so it's not bad having done that. And that doesn't look too terrible down there, that development. I mean, everything's been so grid style. I guess I can't really say it's been grid style, but our large developments have definitely been nothing but rectangle boxes. I'm tempted to keep these trees in here because they look really good, especially for the winter season that we are in. You'll notice the game's a little dimmer too, and that is because it is wintertime. So our low rent housing is abandoned again. What do we have going on over here? Some abandoned buildings, unfortunately. Oh, and we just saw a building collapse. That was not good. A fire truck will come by and take care of that in the near future, but we're actually just going to bulldozer it, and we're going to unzone this. I would like to unzone this entire area eventually and turn this into park and green space. And part of what I'm going to do to accomplish that is connect up some pathing I'm going to try to figure out a way to do this here. And I didn't mean to get rid of these buildings here, but it has happened in doing our plan for a park. I don't like that sidewalk, how it looks. People are using it already, though. Can I undo that? Bring this more in this way. And do my turn right about here. Right there. That's a little better. We have options for a pedestrian bridge, which actually might be good right here. Let's see what a pedestrian bridge would look like right here. Do we have to build up like this, maybe? Oh, that's kind of weird. I don't know that I like that. Boy, that's really high. I don't know that I like that at all. Looks like there's different types now. We're just going to go back to what we had, that path. So we're going to go ahead and try to do a little bend right there. We got this path right here. Let's see if we got these buildings back where we can know. Unfortunately, some buildings got seized by the city. That's an unfortunate thing. We're just going to go ahead and bulldozer him. And we're going to straighten this up a little bit more, since we have the extra space now to do so. That's not bad. So this leads right into this section over here. I mean, we got some nice connectivity. I mean, if you wanted to go for a jog, you got some good jogging areas. Do a little circle here and come back. Let's take a look at this development down here. I like these big homes. Look at that. Wretched wealth, but a huge house. I mean, to me that house looks, I mean, your lot's big. I mean, you got a fireplace inside. Modest wealth, okay. Modest. Comfortable. I got like trailers over here. Wealthy, these people, man, they're just like, hey, I don't mind living in a trailer. A lot of people in Florida do that. Sell their homes, get a little trailer, and move down there, and they're very wealthy. Nothing wrong with that. So, I'm in love with our improved homes.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
How are we doing? We're doing good on money right now. Our production is doing pretty good. I mean, we need more chickens.
Sorry about that. It's nothing important. I just lost my keys. I'm sure they'll turn up.
Let's go ahead and see what we can do. We need more carrots too, so let's try to go ahead and
please
do a carrot farm right around this area here.
The old Hornbuckle mobile, please. Oh, good. Here they are. Well, never mind then. Thank you for listening to Second Moon.
We're live, and we're getting reports about a traffic accident somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance services have already been dispatched, and traffic flow should return to normal. But if you're planning a quick trip out, you might want to wait a little while until everything clears up.
If you're in it, you already know about it. No use reminding you. Meanwhile, expect delays and drive safe.
Industry in the region is on the rise, and when business is doing well, that floats our boats.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda.
explain my reasoning here in a moment for doing this. So we got a carrot farm here. And my reasoning is I want a little, picnic tree area here for the farmer and his family. So he's going to plant some trees out here. This is his yard. His kids wanted a big yard. So he dedicated part of his field to be just a really nice yard for his family. Down here, he has some tenants that he rents to. And so he decided to put in a couple homes down here to help offset the cost of his land. That's a good backstory for that. Let's see what else we have going on in the city, shall we? So we got Amlet's icons popping up, but they are disappearing too. It's just telling us there's a need. It's not necessarily telling us that, hey, there's a serious problem. I mean, right there, and Amlet's just pulled in here. Took care of him, so I mean, that's working out just fine. A couple more customers are needed in this section. So let's go ahead and try to do that on this side of the street. Leave a little gap for a sound barrier if we can help it. Hey, you'll have to excuse me. My cat is trying to unplug all my wires from my computer. Hey, you can't be back here. What are you doing? I know, yeah, you're gonna knock everything over and cost me a lot of money. You just sit down here. Apologize for that. I wonder if Saul is still in business over here. Saul's Real Estate. He is still in business. I wish we could make this a historic building. If you haven't watched some of our... Oh, I love the sign. Silent Souls Real Estate. I love that it's real estate too. I didn't even realize that in our last couple episodes. So we actually used... he needed some business. And so we built Saul's Trailer Court over here for people to come and shop at his business. And that trailer court's doing pretty good, it looks like, over here. I mean, it's actually grown up quite nicely. Some of these trailers are no longer trailers, they're regular homes. We got some traffic problems over in this part of the city. I had thought we had solved this at one point in time, but it would seem that this is an issue. I don't want to delete buildings, but we really need a roundabout here. And I think that would solve a lot of our problems. Two buildings would be sacrificed, though. What would be sacrificed? Kind of like the little shopping center and Leafy Greens. We need to make some decisions, though. We either need to do that or build another way into this district. And that might even be an option. If we extend our main road down here and do another intersection down on this side, would people then... I don't know why we didn't change anything, so I don't know why these guys are moving out. We did not change anything, but unfortunately Unfortunately, it looks like it got changed. So I'm kind of hoping that people come down this way. That would be ideal. We did unlock the highway at one point in time, didn't we? And we might be able to do some off-ramps down into our business area. Not sure how that would look, or work out anyway, but something we can definitely try to help relieve congestion. Looks like traffic's kind of still backed up a little bit, kind of moving. We're going to monitor this intersection here and just see what happens to it. So we got high demands. And I'm not sure how to deal with that. I think over here on the Flower Garden District, we're going to do an expansion. And our expansion is going to be 3 tiles that we can't afford. Okay. Can we afford 1 tile? For $22,000, we can do 1 tile. And we had designed this district to be expandable by putting gaps in between our buildings, thus allowing us to put another section on. And our land must be off a little bit. Yeah, there's some hill right there, it looks like. So, we're going to connect all this together here. And we're going to use this to expand. Hopefully we didn't change our names. We did. We changed Lafayette Street. That should not be Lafayette. So we need to come up with a new name for Lafayette Street at some point in time. I'm trying to think here. We'll come up with something for that. Let's go ahead and get some low residential homes put in. And I'm actually just going to do the entire side over here. We're just expanding this out. Massive expansion to the flower district. And we will go ahead and see if we can add a node somehow. If I right click, will that do something? No. I want to expand, so if I take this one up there, drag this one down this way, drag this one down here, and this one down here. That will work for right now. Looks like we need something up here, and then we can drag this here, do more right there. So, we've quenched our residential need, which is great. We need, though, some commercial quite badly. And, yeah, I kind of figured this would be a hot spot for a commercial. We're going to put some commercial there. We're going to put a little bit along this stretch right here. And that's taking care of our need. What was that? That was like an airplane flying over. So I'm pretty happy with this. I feel like if we did a connection into this road eventually, that would help our traffic problems maybe over here. We have a building on fire, guys. Look at that detail. There are definitely problems in the city, aren't there? This guy's in a panic. He made it out. He's evacuated to safety. There are people who have perished in this fire.
The city
that is not good.
A recycling policy. Citizens are encouraged to place their recycling properly.
Where's our fire truck at?
Let's keep our city green and beautiful.
He is far away.
This has been.
We got multiple buildings on fire now over here.
To address the limitations of the city's power grid and combat global warming,
we got problems,
the city has
everyone.
passed a resolution
We got
to encourage
problems.
all citizens to reduce their electric
Holy moly. We got problems.
Remember to turn off lights and computers when not in use. Good
I hope everyone's getting out of this building too. We got
This has been a local public service.
we got fire.
Second
We got
Moon
fire
Radio.
in the city.
Your host, J. Thomas Hornbuckle. Tune in tomorrow for a second chance to hear the music of
Let's see about our fire.
This just
engine.
in from traffic. If you're thinking about
Got
hitting
one
the
coming
streets,
down the
you
street
can
here.
expect delays on the major roads.
He's still a little ways
especially
away.
during
What about
rush
this
hour.
one?
Good
We
to
have
know, Jim.
a
Seems
fire
like
engine
everyone's
dispatched for him
in a
yet?
hurry to get somewhere fast. It's worth
Where is
slowing
he at?
down.
He
And
is
if
this
you
one.
can,
Okay.
plan your trip outside.
Oh, I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than thinking of it. Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere.
A little more people are passing away. It's not good. You don't get to see the firefighters in CS2 coming out of the truck and spraying down the buildings like in CS1, but we're gonna need more fire trucks, right? No, he was able to do it. He handled the job.
That's good for business and good for the community.
Wow.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back.
They're still fighting a fire over here. Coming to you live on Tulip Street, where a multi-residential building fire broke out. Multiple people have perished in this fire. And it just emphasizes the need for a fire station on this side of the city. Yeah. We need a fire station on this side of the city. There's no doubt about it. I'm kind of thinking right in this area would be a good spot for one to cover this residential area and this residential area. We got the fire station up here covering Pinewood Springs, the Orchard development in our industrial area. We don't really have anything covering Manor Field or our farmland. So, I think we need to bite the bullet and take a loan. If we did $100,000, 150. Build a fire station, it's going to cost more resources too. We're going to need a new elementary school at some point in time. The high school, no one's going to high school. Yeah, we're gonna have to think about this, guys. I mean, our fire funding is not horrible. I think we're at 94%, so that's okay. We can always upgrade at some point in time with more garages. I don't think we need that right now. I really think we need to shut down another public building. I'm not sure what that would be. This police station costs us $34,000 a month to run, but I believe we need it. What other public buildings do we have? Power plant, $70,000 a month to upkeep, but are we making money off of that? I mean, we're not spending money on electricity. We are, but we're not spending as much to import. Got some congestion over here. I think it's going to work. Well, again, we're keeping an eye on this intersection. What else can we shut down? I'm half tempted to shut down the hospital. We're up to 55 patients, and I don't think our clinic can handle that, can they? Our clinic can handle 100. But the city is growing so fast, we just need to keep the hospital up and running. Yeah, we're just gonna have to just wait this one out, I think. The city definitely has some issues. There's no doubt about that. I've seen a lot of people just abandon or just bulldozer abandoned buildings, but realistically, that doesn't happen in the real world as frequently as people think it does. And it does cost the city money, even though it wouldn't cost us money in the game. We're just going to leave them there and hope that somebody reclaims them. Commercial. Right where that school is just a great spot for a couple businesses. That's where they want to be, eh? We can do maybe a building down here next to our mansion lane, if you will, Ivy Lane. I love how our mansions are right next to our waste area. That might need to change at some point in time. So while we're waiting for more money to come in, let's finish up this area a little bit here. Bring this road all the way down to the very end and branch off, I think, with a residential road that's going to, well, I mean not residential, but just a small road that's going to run the coastline. I'm not going to do a boardwalk or a raised seawall or anything like that. Not right now. Eventually, beachfront properties will be a DLC, but it's not out right now. So, I mean, we might change this down the road eventually. Building just something where we might put a little community, just see what it looks like for right now. I mean, I can see houses along here. We'll leave that undeveloped for right now and just keep that in our brain as something that is a possibility. I don't like that bend right there. We might have to change some of that road. We got this large area up here that we can do something with. And one of the things we might be able to do is a forest area. So let's take a look at that possibility. So I don't see why we can't do it here. Try to get the building to pop in to avoid that glitch of putting something down and it not working. You have to get that building to pop in. Oh, there it is. Okay. We're going to have the forest area just extend this power line, come over this way and go down the border. Assuming that we're going to extend this road at some point in time, we'll go right to there, up, and that is our forestry area. For right now anyway, it's just a small area. It's not super huge, but it's good to get that up and running. Okay, so we are just putzing it right away here. Thinking about putting some commercial just right here, because this is such a big residential area. Just some shops for the people to go and grab a gallon of milk or something like that. That's all where our intent is. We'll see what moves in there. The city will gladly put some trees to separate just to help with the view a little bit. You're not looking at the back of a building. While that's being constructed, we're going to go over to our HOA neighborhood. We're going to upgrade the streets to make them more appealing with trees on either side. You remember we said we didn't really want to have parking on the roadside in this community, so I think this is a good way to avoid parking. those trees get bigger, they will look really good. Take a little tour of the city. A flower garden or something in this roundabout here? We cannot. That's too bad. That's unfortunate.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you
heavy
must
traffic,
drive,
but this
and
is
try
all
to stay
people
off the
moving into the
streets
city.
until conditions improve.
So I'm not overly
This has
concerned
been a
about this
local
heavy
public
traffic.
service announcement.
We did lose a
driving
building over
advisory
here.
has been issued for the immediate area due to
And that's
poor road
unfortunate.
conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
You're tuned in
These
to
people are
Second Move,
probably
the
all
channel where
going
the
down to this
classics
side.
Never grow old.
For our feature story this hour, we're going live to Kim, who is downtown
another building that
investigating the
collapsed.
story behind our declining commercial zones. So, what exactly is driving this sudden downswing in business? Kim?
Good question, Glenda. I'm standing outside what used to be one of the busiest stores in the city. Not long ago, it would open its doors to lines of customers 7 days a week. Now the place is shuttered, like most of the commercial buildings on this once thriving city block. And the question on everybody's minds, how could it have come to this?
Thanks, Kim. We'll have more with Kim after the break.
We're live, and we're getting reports about a traffic accident somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance services have already been dispatched, and traffic flow should return to normal. But if you're planning a quick trip out, you might want to wait a little while until everything clears up.
If you're in it, you already know about it. No use reminding you. Meanwhile, expect delays and drive safe.
So I was just letting the radio announcers go ahead with their opinion on our city. And yes, they are right. Our commercial districts are really suffering. And there's not much we can do about them. We've tried to get more customers. I mean, you'd think building an entire wing onto a district, even an entire district, would really make customers come over and do some shopping, but just is not happening. I de-zoned this building here because eventually we're going to unlock the heavy commercial buildings, and I would like to try to put one there. You know, I de-zoned this one. We had talked about making this into a park area, so we'll just see if that is something that's going to happen. Eventually, if these ones ever go out of business, we will de-zone them and we'll take this land back to the city to just make this whole area into more of a park. We don't really want commercial right here, right now. If you haven't watched before, we do have a beautiful mansion right here. A famous rock star lives here, apparently. The household wealth is wretched, so this famous rock star is very poor. I just want to make note of that. There's one adult. Apparently his mother lives with him, and he has 2 children. So, but hey, I mean, he has a big mansion. He has all this property that he can go around and do whatever it is he wants to do with. We have some major need popping up. People are wanting some jobs. So, I feel inclined to grant their request for work. trying to think how we want to go about doing this. That's a good name for this street, Lilac. I think we spelled that not right, but hey. Maybe we did spell it right. Excuse me. So we got a little industrial area over here. I don't have a good name for them, for the streets right now. This cannot be Lilac Street. Let's just call this, Industry Side. Now, it is not my fault that this guy decided to build his business not on a road. But we'll help him out a little bit. We're up to $60,000 in our coffers. We're slowly recovering from our financial blunder in our last episode. I have not gone into photo mode. I'm just kind of checking this out and seeing what exactly... Man, there's a lot of stuff here, isn't there? That is kind of cool. What is this here? Followed citizens. Building fire. 5 buildings caught on fire. 14 people perished in that fire earlier in this episode. Oh man, lots of other things have happened. Apparently there was another building fire that 12 people perished in. I didn't even realize this was a thing. Okay, event journal. Take note of that. I love that they actually have a proper tractor trailer instead of a tractor, like a farm tractor pulling a trailer or a wagon. They actually have a tractor trailer, a semi. There's no housing available anywhere. Yeah, we've noticed that. There is a problem there with no housing being available. Oh boy, Candor Heights is in trouble, guys. We got a fire that just broke out. People have already called for emergency services, and the fire truck is on its way. We can only hope it gets there before tragedy strikes and somebody perishes in this house fire. We're gonna stick with the fire truck and just follow him on his journey and see how long it takes him to get to this dispatch call. Okay, he's taking a little shortcut. We see smoke on the horizon, guys. That's not a good thing to see in the city. Hopefully we can get there in time. We're going to hang a right here and then a quick left. Get out of the way, everyone. Okay. We're almost there. I think we're doing pretty decent with our time. Right? Maybe. Possibly. We'll see how many buildings are on fire. Oh, somebody did perish in this fire. Oh no. Yeah, we need to get some money, and we're live here on the scene in Candor Heights. Channel 4 News, where our emergency responders just pulled onto the scene. They are quickly extinguishing a 2-building residential fire. Unfortunately, there was 3 people that perished in the fire. I'm not quite sure which one is most current. So, building fire, 8 casualties. Oh no, there was 8 people that perished. Oh boy, you hate to hear such a thing. Where'd everyone go? These parking lots used to always be full. Yeah. We need another fire department in this city. And it's going to go right here or right here. One of those 2 slots. Something else we desperately need in the city is a post office. We don't have the money for a post office at the moment. Let's look at our finances. I mean, we're just barely making it. We're barely staying afloat. We got, you know, we're going to increase our service fee for electricity to 110%. Water and sewage, we're going to go to 110%. We just need money. Our healthcare, we're going to lower this down a little bit to 60%. I mean, our garbage budget, you know, let's lower this down a little bit to maybe 80%. Education, we're not spending a whole lot on education and research, but we're going to lower it down to like 80%. Fire and rescue, I think we're going to keep, you know, we're having fires. We are. So we're going to, keep that 88%. The police department, parks and recreation, you know, we're going to lower our budget for parks a little bit. Communication towers, we're going to lower our budget a little bit. And let's see, you know, it gives us a little bit more of a gap. Gives us a lot more of a gap, so that's good. That's very good. So we can handle that. And I think because we did that, we can look at taking out this $150,000 loan. But that would be for a fire station. I'm kind of really wanting to put in a post office. We need $250,000. If we take out a $300,000 loan, or well, if we did $400,000, $500,000. We're going to do $500,000 loan. We're going to put in a post office, mailboxes, and fire station. Let's accept this loan. Let's pause the game so the money doesn't just disappear on us. Let's do post office first. Let's try to keep our post office kind of center to everything. So maybe down in this area would be okay. No, because we don't have an entrance or exit out that direction. Well, why don't we just put our post office right across from our fire department? And this can be upgraded eventually. I'm just seeing what type of upgrades. Increase post vans and mail sorting. So we might eventually have to do some seizing of properties, which we don't like doing. But we already have the building there.
A driving advisory has been issued.
Boxes used by citizens to send out their mail.
Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve.
We need to put
This
these
has been a local public service announcement.
at maybe major intersections. So maybe at this intersection. Okay. And that takes care of these people down here. Candor Heights. We'll put one right at the exit of Candor Heights. Down in this little neck of the woods, in the farm community, we'll put a little mailbox. There's nothing out this way, is there, on Main Street? We're gonna put one in the alley living, and that will cover some of this area over here. We'll put one down by the fire station over here. And that'll take care of this. The industrial area. We'll throw one at this major intersection right here. And I'm not worried about the recycling plant right now. Those are our mailboxes. And now for the fire station. Let's put the fire station in. This is just a very simple firehouse, a basic building that might be torn down someday to make room for a bigger firehouse. We're gonna put it right there. Okay, that leaves us $200,000 left over. It's probably a good thing we put a firehouse there. We have a gas station on fire. This has been the episode of fires. Oh no. I'd love to see a big giant fireball when this explodes. It does seem to be giving off more smoke than a normal fire. Oh man. And we got all kinds of problems in the city. All kinds of problems. Let's take a look at our budget. We're going to have to do something with taxes. I didn't know that we could do some fine details like this. Vehicles, if you're buying a vehicle, you know, we're going to tax you 15% on that vehicle purchase. You know, if you're buying a soda or some alcohol or something like that, we're going to tax you 15% on that too. Entertainment tax. Yeah. Meals, we got a 12% meal tax. Food, we're going to help you out with food. We're going to reduce this by, we're going to just do that's not food. We're going to do an 8% food tax. Actually, we can have no food tax. We're not going to make any money off of food. We want you to have food and be able to pay your bills. But convenience food, we're going to tax you 15%. We're also going to give you a little bit of a break if you don't have education, just to help you out, because some people are complaining about some taxes. So, and we're going to tax you guys a little bit more. Industrial. If you're making food, we're very happy and we thank you. So we're only going to tax you 10%. Convenience food and industrial zones, you know, we're going to tax a little bit. Furniture, grain, timber, Vegetables. Vehicles. We want a lot of money for vehicles. You know, you're making vehicles. We're going to hit you coming and going. Metals. We're going to increase our taxes on those. Petrochemicals. Gasoline. We're going to increase this tax quite a bit. Beverages, we're going to do 15% on that. Offices, you know, we want some financial institutes in our city. We want software developers to come into our city. We're just going to lower this by 1. Okay, our budget's not too out of whack. Production's going good. We need chicken farms. We need more row houses. Okay. Surprise. We need another water pumping station. Now, can we upgrade? We can. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade this. We're also going to upgrade it with that too. So that should solve our water crisis, maybe? Yes. Power plants. Can we upgrade our power plant? It does not look like we can. I do want to take a snapshot of our ground pollution. And is any of this, so we're right out to here, is any of that getting into our water system? Not really, no. So we're good with ground pollution. Let's look at our cemetery. We got a lot of people that have been passing away lately, unfortunately. And for whatever reason, I cannot click on anything. There we go. We've got a lot of hearses in use. You know, we're going to upgrade and put a chapel in. And it's going to go right in the middle of all these trees. It's going to go right up front, next to the parking lot, so you don't have to walk far. And that actually looks pretty good. I want to add some more forest on the other side. I think that would look really good. So if we do spruce, do multiple, and we're just going to plop. Does that not work like that? Maybe I have to reduce this. Oh my, okay, that's putting trees down, yeah. Like, that's not working, is it? What other trees do we have? Oak. Let's grab some oak trees. That's a pine tree? I don't see any oak trees. Oh, here it is. Okay. And are there any other types of trees? Pine. Let's grab our pine trees. Okay. Added to this forest over here. Oh, we got so many problems in our city. I don't know what to do next. We might need another cemetery. And it might go out in this area over here. I mean, we got a lot of people that have had some tragedy in our city. We have people who need customers. I get that. Saul's doing good. That's the most important thing. I mean, Saul is doing great. Is there a guy named Saul that works here? I just am very curious. He sells recreation. I can't click on his employees. Well, guys, let's just take one last recap of this episode. We've added on a major portion to Flower Garden District. We had some fires in the city in this episode, which hopefully we took care of with the addition of a fire station. We got a postal service going through the city now. We've fine-tuned our budget. We are making profit. We added our first HOA into the city. As much as everyone loves HOAs, they're the worst thing in the world. They should be banned, but hey, we're going to put one in. And those were our major developments in the city this time. I want to thank you for joining this episode. I'm SwiftOwl7. This is SwiftOwl7 Gaming. Have a happy new year if you're watching on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, I hope you had a happy new year a couple days ago. Until next time, see you later. Bye.